Hey, welcome back to Patty G DIY. We can check something off our list. It's big. When we first moved into this house a year and a half ago, one of the first things on our list was redoing our kitchen. So we have been working diligently to get this done. So I think it's time for an update. We were kind of pushing to get it done by Christmas last year, which was kind of a joke. So we decided we would move our goal to getting it done by Christmas this year. But the good news is we did. And now I want to show it to you. This kitchen was virtually untouched. I don't know, maybe since the house was built in the 60s. I know there was some remodeling done in the 80s, but this kitchen, as you can see, does not look like it was done. Like I said, there was some stuff done in the 80s that did not include the kitchen, but it did include this. Our family room goes right into the kitchen. You'll notice this wall over here is brick. There's block behind that because that used to be an exterior wall. In fact, this is the wall that goes down into my workshop. And this room was actually a carport. So they closed it in, made it the family room. Now, there was a dilemma. The dilemma was this doorway used to go to here, and then you could open a door right here and go downstairs into the basement, or you could turn left into the kitchen. There was a wall here, and the wall ran down this beam, so the wall was gone, but they left a little I don't even know what to call it, a little hanger down. It was like a reverse knee wall. Instead of being down here, it was up here. So I took it all down, and I discovered the reason that they left it up there. The sheetrock up here is a 1/2 inch higher than the sheetrock over here. This was a staircase, remember, that went down into the basement. This was the kitchen, and the kitchen had ceiling heat. So that made this ceiling a 1/2 inch higher because there's no layer of ceiling heat on it. So I took all this down except the top two 2x4s, and then I boxed all this in and trimmed it out to make it look like a beam. Now eventually my plan is to add more sheetrock over here and even this out, and at that point I may take this off. But I like the way that it kind of separates the kitchen from the hallway. So I don't know if I will or not. And there was an air duct right here. You can see the mark in the ceiling. And that went to a whole house fan, which is now gone. So I took that out too. And so that's the story of that beam. Hey, I figured if you can't hide it, flaunt it. Now the tear out was a huge deal. All the old cabinets came out, the old paneling came out because I wanted to get behind this corner. It looked like there was either really heavy grease or perhaps even a fire at some point. So I wanted to get behind these walls, behind the old cabinets, and check all that out. Turns out my concerns around found that it was really solid. Just an oily kind of insulation they had put up. Next we did the floors. I chose a product that is, I guess you would call it a composite. Looks like slate, but it isn't slate. This went down really good. I put down a layer of 1/4 inch underlayment, so I think that turned out really good. The cabinets. Oh, that brings back memories. I don't know if I want to talk about it or not. We hired a company to come out and put the cabinets in. We did it in our other house too, and I ended up doing it myself. Let me pop the picture up. I'm really proud of that. For a DIYer and not a professional, I think that turned out great. But we hired a professional to do this because I didn't want to be 3 months, 4 months trying to do cabinets while we lived in the house, you know. So turns out it was about that long for him to do it. But he did a great job. And one thing we did differently is the way we mounted our handles. I see these handles a lot. They're really popular. But I didn't want the same old, you know, vertical kind of whatever. So we ended up choosing to mount them horizontally. And I did do the handles. I did them all but one. And my cabinet installer did them, and he put that one in the wrong place. He didn't mount it on the frame like. Anyway, what else? The backsplash. I did a video on that. Used a product. There's no mastic. There's no mud, no cementitious product behind this. It's a double-sided 3M tape, and I covered the details of it. And it's an awesome product. Made this go so easy. Made cleanup so nice. So no, wait. That's not mine. Don't judge me. Oh, I almost forgot. We also added an island in the middle of the floor. By the way, my wife, she actually designed this kitchen, and she designed our former kitchen. She did great. I think it's awesome. She's got a gift for that. So after we did the backsplash, I added some outlets over the kitchen counter, and they're all GFCI, done to code, and added a light fixture here over the window. I love the way this turned out. We had extra tiles from the backsplash, and I put them above this window just to add a little detail. So we added that light fixture, and I installed these two lights. Both of these are on separate switches, separate dimmers too, by the way. Added a ceiling fan, which we use quite a bit actually. And then we replaced all the switches, all the outlets, and all the covers to a nice clean white. Early on, before we did any of this door, the knob used to be on this side, and it opened this way into the kitchen. Well, that was just backwards in my mind. So I took this door, flipped it around, now it opens this way. This goes downstairs to my workshop, by the way. There's room to move other parts of the basement, but you know, hey, I spend a lot of time in the workshop. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And that is this. This is where I ran the heat from the attic down into the basement level to heat the two rooms down there. This is basically an 8-inch metal heating cooling pipe with a metallized foil insulation on it. So I just framed this up, 2x2s around the pipe, covered it with sheetrock, and trimmed it out. And when I added the heat pipe, I also added 2 floor registers to allow the used air to come up from downstairs. But then I was left with this space, and this space bothered me. So I came up with the idea of adding 3 shelves. Now, we did lots and lots of drywall. I drywalled all this, and we did this wall. All this new construction had to be trimmed. I would have been better off with a wood trim as opposed to this foam trim, because this will follow the contours of everything. And in my mind, the trim needs to be straight no matter what the wall or ceiling does. That's what caulk's for. Trimmed all this, repainted all the doors and such, and then came back, turned the corner here on the beam. Can you see that? Yeah, turned the corner. I'm not giving you a close-up of that. Turned the corner here on the beam and carried the trim on out to here. So in the video where I put the backsplash up, I talk about our window treatment. We were just undecided about what to do here in the kitchen. So this is what we did. We did a half curtain on the bottom And this is a piece of stained glass that I got my wife for Christmas many years ago. Ignore the mess. I don't know if you can see all this. This is the old pane glass, and seals are bad. So I'm probably going to be taking it out and replacing it in the spring. So I trimmed out the door, and we repainted all that. Well, that about does it. We worked long and hard, about 1.5 years, nights and weekends. Oh, our cruet. I did do a video on this thing. This is just about cool. This was made in 1880 something, just after the Civil War. And this used to be on the table of very influential people back in the day. And anyway, I do a video on how to clean that up. I got to clean it up again. That's what I noticed. So anyway, check out the video if you want. So that's the deal with our kitchen. We have really been blessed in it. We worked our butts off, me and my wife, and it's just it's been a chapter that I'm glad we can turn the page on. Wow. So okay, what's coming up next? Well, I've got a new tool in the shop. It's a ShopSmith Mark V. If you don't know what it is, I did an introduction in my last video, the Christmas episode. You can check it out there. I used the sander to sand some dowels for that video. So it's a 5-tool woodworking tool. And the technology is from the 1950s. They're still making them today, although now they're computerized and mine's not. It's a cool tool, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. It's got a lathe, it's got a vertical drill, a horizontal boring machine, sanders, and you can get tools for them. Like I got a bandsaw, I got a 4-inch planer, I got a 6-inch disc and drum sander. I got a jigsaw. Did I say jigsaw? And it's really pretty cool. It's a lathe as well, which I turned my first thing. Let me show you. Here's a picture of it. I don't know what it is, but I know I had fun doing it. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the progress on the kitchen. And I don't know, keep your eye open. If I shoot some more up here, see if I ever fix that piece of ceiling up there. Hold my feet to the fire. You know what, as always, thank you, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I had a bunch of new subscribers recently, and welcome. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. YouTube notices when you do, and they promote my channel. You know the drill. Thank you. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Get off the table. Go on. Get.